Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Crisandro in the house. You might be wondering why there wasn't a aftermath video done after last night's game. I was there, and usually I have a lot of issues getting back from Tottenham in midweek games, trying to get back home, and sometimes I just about make the last train out. And then sometimes I get stuck and I have to do the bloody taxi run from Surrey, which cost me quite a pretty packet. So I wasn't sure how long it would take me, and having to walk across that boggy little Highbury fields and ended up ruining my Zaras. I was pissed at that. I can't tell you, absolutely ruined them. But I'm going to see if I can salvage them. But anyway, so I did kind of leave literally on the dot, so I didn't get to do a aftermath video at full time, and I think I might even have missed, because I was just packing things away, I might even have missed the Pedro Porro shot that hit the post at the very, very end. So even missed that little bit of detail, but it is what it is. Not quite sure how to describe it really. I know other people have had a go, and it sort of is what it is really. You can say when you didn't match the intensity. Arsenal came out flying, didn't they? They were determined. And you can understand why. Pretty much out of 2 cups in the space of a few days last week. So you can understand why they came out flying. We didn't really match that. Very, very few players actually stood up to the task, one might say. And it was kind of like I know the first 20 minutes were, they were all over, man. They really were. And it was kind of a case of almost like the Alamo at times. And the one thing I took solace in the fact was that in those 20 minutes of, you could say, near on pressure, possessional pressure, they created nothing. They absolutely created nothing. You could say that. And so when we took the lead, which was on our second shot? I think it was our second shot on target. It was kind of a case of that we had to then. There was a second shot on target. Sonny scored a fantastic. It was a blinder. But even before that, in those 20-minute spell that Arsenal had over us, that Kinski, I know he's a confident lad, but he did his level best, didn't he, to try and gift Arsenal a couple of chances. He was caught in possession twice. One time he actually did lose possession completely and managed to salvage it with by piling on top of the ball. Second time he was outside the penalty area, so he couldn't really do that. And end up having to try and salvage something. He kicked it long, but ended up giving the ball away. So I admire the confidence, and I don't mind that too much, having a bit of confidence. I know people are saying you got to kick it long. Obviously you're not going to do that, but he does do that on occasions. But so I think it's more of a case of the fact he thought he might have a bit more time on the ball than he ordinarily would have done. And it was a case of he just got caught. The first 2 games he wasn't really, we didn't really try and we did actually. He wasn't really tested in that way by Liverpool or by Tamworth, and I guess now that other teams have seen that, they might just try and put him under pressure and try and do that. But still a learning curve. He's only 21, so yeah, still a kid. The same way that Dragosin's only 22, and I know that people have already written him off already. It is what it is. It's either be an instant success or you ain't going to get the time at all, and that's the way it's kind of gone really. And after we took the lead, great volley by Son. After that point he was kind of like losing the ball quite a bit, but great finish in the end. Yeah, Arsenal continued where they left off, and we were defending okay, and that's the thing. We were doing okay defensively, and then comes the I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I think you probably see my reaction on the video. I'm going to get it all edited tonight. You see my reaction where Trossard literally carries the ball out. It should have been a goal kick. Instead, apparently a corner was given. I was livid at that. Wasn't the best of defending, but yeah, they scored directly from that corner. Goal shouldn't have stood. But, you know, I'm sure that Arsenal, with all the grace that they possess, that they'll openly admit to it. If it was the underfoot, but we saw what happened against Manchester United. Referees are literally doing their level best to try and help Arsenal. We see that, and this ain't the kind of, as you know, my feelings on Arsenal is not the case of nothing in terms of rivalry. It's a case of what I see, so nothing is coloured, really. They are getting the rub of the green, getting a lot of the decisions, even though they can scream and they can cry, and Arteta can blame the referees for all he wants, but they are helping them, really are helping them, and it is crazy the amount of help that they're getting. So that was an own goal in the end, I think, from Solanke. So yeah, it wasn't best defended. That was 1-1, and then their second goal, which came just before half time, goal from Trossard, currently ran down the wing, beat Porro, I think, in the end, and then his shot, it was either that's a very bobbly pitch, or that ball just bouncing in a very, very weird way, like almost like a balloon. But yeah, it was a bobbly. It bounced up and bounced up. Kinski dives to try and get it, and it bounces over his hands. I've not seen that for a long. The thing I can literally relate it to is, you know, when I think Stan Collingwood scored a goal against Blackburn at Ewood Park, and I think Tim Flowers goes down to try and save it. It's a P-roller of a shot, goes down to try and save it, and for some reason the ball just is rolling all the way towards him, and this thing just loops over his shoulder, almost like a ghost, just picks it up and then just throws it to the net. That's how it kind of looked on the smaller scale. It was weird. I know some people will say that yeah, Kinski should have saved it. I mean, people are always going to say that, but they don't look at any mitigating circumstances. No room for mitigating circumstances in this day and age. That's literally what it is. So yeah, that was, we going 2-1 down at half time, and second half we didn't really look like changing too much. I mean, yeah, Arsenal maintained a lot of pressure, but we didn't really do too much. Whether it was tiredness catching up, I don't know, but we did get a chance when Maddison was on the bench again, and Bergvall, he played very well. I mean, I was trying to look for players who could have done a bit more, but Bergvall did his best. Archer Gray was alright. It was again decent at centre back. You know what I'm saying? And Kinski did make a good couple of saves, but at that point, really 2-1 down, and didn't really do too much until the last like 20 minutes, where we kind of like pressed our advantage, because was obviously the time was ticking, and we did have a couple of occasions where we could have we tried to work their keeper, but didn't really do too much to force the issue. Good to see Richarlison back as well, and he looked alright on the left hand side. And then at the very end, Porro hitting the post. Whether it was on target, whether it was always going wide, I don't know, but he hit the post. That was a chance gone. Yeah, and then yeah, lost 2-1. Then I just had to race it towards Highbury and Islington Station, and then in doing so, I had to cut across Highbury Fields. That's where everywhere was kind of dry, and then Highbury Fields was boggy, and I was almost slipped up a couple of times. Ruined my shoes, man. I'm pissed. You know, those were decent Zaras as well. You know, you get me. Ruined my trousers as well, because I came straight from work. You know what I mean? And so I had to. So yeah, it's crazy. It wasn't the best way to end it, but at least I got to the station on time, half an hour in time. So I got myself a bit of junk food to try and chill for a bit, and then yeah, headed back. But it is what it is. I mean, I know that well, we've got a group. Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to be doing a new group as well. Going to be cutting out a lot of things from this old group and doing a new one. But in this old current one, as it is, yeah, a lot of people pressing, you know, with an purpose that we're in a relegation battle. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. I don't know. But it's just a case of that. Yeah, not get. I mean, that wasn't the best of performances, so I can't really say we're going to rub the green in that one. That was a poor performance. And the thing is, the annoying thing is that there haven't been too many poor performances, but you got to say that there's a lot of games where we can say we haven't had a rub of the green, and it all kind of adds up in the end, doesn't it? And you just have to kind of wonder, really, you just have to kind of wonder how, where we do kind of go from here. I mean, as you know, and then as the people in the group know, I still back the manager. I still want him to implement what he's got to do. And they call that naive, and we call many things in the group, which is probably there's another reason why there's going to be a new group, just to because there's going to be a discussion group, not on the usual Facebook Spurs groups that you see, which is just dominated by a certain faction, and then insults flying if you don't adhere to their domination. And yeah, it is just, I'm just tired of the chopping and changing. I'm just tired of all. I mean, we're bringing a successful manager on a couple of previous occasions, don't give him the time, or one does get himself sacked by chatting shit. And then now we've got another successful manager, and we're literally going to I'm just tired of the changes. I am sick to death of the changes, man. I'm just sick to death of it all. And this is why I say that my love for football, let alone Spurs, is kind of like dwindling, because there's just no real effort to, like, maybe it's just I wrote in the group, maybe it's just my mentality. I'm used to an era where managers were given time to implement their ideas, because if you think about it, Bill Nicholson will probably have been sacked within the first 18 months of his tenure, because we conceded too many goals under him previously in the 58 and 59. Keith Birkinshaw as well. I wouldn't have never been given the 3 years. It took Nicholson 3 years to win the title when he first joined Spurs. How long did it take Birkinshaw to win his first trophy? Exactly that. Maybe I'm just a dinosaur here, who knows, but I'm just going to grow tired of the same old crap. And it seems like, doesn't matter what the question is, the answer is always Levy, the answer is always Ange. There's never any nuance involved these days. And that's what I'm just kind of growing tired of. But maybe I'm just tired of it all, who knows. But yeah, wasn't a good night, man. Wasn't a good night. Anyway, I'm out. Like, subscribe, share. Once the article of the new group gets put out, then I'll advertise it. But yeah, until then, we out, man.